surf on
Like, I'm trying to do a live interview. I can't with this guy. Hello, everybody. It is Kiana Shaw, CEO of Lead Hership Academy and the author of I Choose to Be a Lady, Basic Life Lessons for Our Daughter. And I am here with Paul Brunson. And I'm so excited because, one, you're on my professional vision board.
Really?
You are.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
This is what I'm saying, right next to Oprah. There is
Are you serious?
You, Oprah, and Stedman.
And Stedman?
Yeah.
Am I between Oprah and Stedman, or am I?
No, because I don't like putting that kind of bad juju out.
Wow. But that's big. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
That's big.
And I didn't even know, like, I knew that you had, like, this top 10 secrets to working with billionaires or something that you put out. And I read it, and
that post changed a lot for me.
I read that, like, it must have been, like, when you first put it out, but that's been years.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
Actually, can I tell you, like, a little secret behind that I've never, ever disclosed
You're Paul
on that?
Brunson. You can say what you want.
So here's the thing. When I had my blog, right? So when I say when I had my blog is that I was blogging on a regular basis.
Okay.
I wasn't always writing my pieces. I was writing some of my pieces. I had a ghostwriter for some of my other pieces.
We were just talking about that today at lunch, ghostwriters.
So I had this, and then I got a complex. My complex was I can't write as good as my ghostwriter, and therefore I should just stop writing and just have my ghostwriter write. My wife was like, "Look, you could write, but you just have to write from here, like write from the gut, come with it."
Out of here, man.
So I sat down, and literally the next piece I wrote was 20 things I learned working for 2 billionaires, and I broke it into 2 pieces, 10 and 10.
Okay.
And I posted it. When I posted this piece, it didn't do extraordinarily well. It was like an all right piece. Mm-hmm. But this shows you the importance of timing in posting content.
Okay.
Then it was someone from Huffington Post contacted me right around New Year's, and they said, "Hey, Paul, that was a pretty cool piece that you wrote. Do you mind if we republish it right now during the New Year's resolution time?"
Okay.
They republished the piece. The piece went on to be one of the most popular.
I just realized the light ain't on, so keep talking.
Oh, we gotta turn the light on. It became one of the most popular pieces ever in Huffington Post business. Then LinkedIn post. Whoa, my goodness!
I'm sorry.
No. I think it's good. It's good. Wow, y'all see that light? So then LinkedIn posted it last year.
Okay.
It was in the top 10 most popular posts on LinkedIn. I then updated the post on my site. Over 5 million people. That post has been seen on my personal website by over 5 million people. It was a life changer.
After it didn't do great by his standard, right? Because I don't know what his standard is. After it didn't do great by his standard the first time. So that just goes to show that you can just keep working with something. Time will bring everything back into full force.
True.
Okay?
True.
So I wanted to talk to you because, like, we got all on another stuff. Like, we just in the time where I said, "Can I interview you?" He said, "Yes." That was the end of it. Worst case scenario, he said no, right?
It shows you skills, though. No preparation. It's just doing it.
Right. Literally, no preparation. And so we've talked about parenting. We have talked about, because you're known for, in your arena, mostly for being a relationship coach. And you had a relationship matchmaking business.
Yes.
Okay, so talk briefly about that, just like 2 sentences.
Absolutely. So in 2009, I founded an agency at that time it was called 1 Degree for Me, and it was just myself and my wife. By the way, my wife liquidated her entire 401k for us to start that business. So everyone was like,
"Gotta believe in your man.
Gotta believe in your man." and I was thinking, like, if I lose the money, she's gonna divorce me. So I gotta make sure this business works. But she did. She really supported financially. She ended up quitting her job. So it was just the 2 of us. We built the agency up to 12 people working for the agency. And in August of last year, 2016, we sold the agency for over $1 million.
Who did you sell it to?
So the current owners is G Sanders. Her name is G Sanders. Okay. She's the current CEO of the company. She is a former matchmaker, so she's familiar with the space.
Okay.
And then I also have a seat on the board still.
Okay, good job.
Yeah.
Hey, Kimberly Benjamin. I had to get a little closer to see who you were.
Kimberly, what's up?
Hey, Ebony Marie. Oh my goodness, she's a great singer and she's a comedian. That's my girl. I've mentored her because I teach high school girls life leadership and empowerment skills.
Okay.
And Ebony was one of the first young ladies that I ever got to mentor. And she's a teacher now at Centennial High School in Compton.
Can we put Ebony on the spot real quick?
Yes.
Ebony, quickly enter your best joke. A real quick joke. Let's see how funny it is. Put your best joke in there. Let's see. We're gonna put you on the spot real quick.
She's probably like literally dying right now. Hey, Andrea.
We're gonna see her joke in a second.
Okay, we'll catch your joke in a second. We'll keep a watch out. So you sold the business. You have worked for 2 billionaires, Oprah, and who's the second one?
His name is Enver Yücel. He's a billionaire out of Istanbul, Turkey.
Okay. Billionaire out of Turkey.
Yes.
Istanbul, Turkey. Okay.
Istanbul, Turkey.
Kimberly says, ask Paul, what is one of the biggest mistakes and somethings. I think she's probably doing it like voice text. So what's one of the biggest mistakes entrepreneurs make in the beginning? I think that's what she's saying.
Yeah, I think the biggest mistake entrepreneurs make is, there's lots of big mistakes that we make, but we were talking about it earlier, is not knowing the market. The
Right.
number one reason why new businesses fail is because there's no market need. So you may have
It's
a
not
need
the
for
money. It's not lack of money.
It's not lack of money. It's not lack of team. It's not lack of ideas. It's the fact that you are producing a product or a service that there's just not enough people to support. So that's why it's important to really know your market.
Okay, Ebony says, "Oh my God, Black comedians don't tell jokes.
They tell
life stories that just happened to be funny. Gotta laugh to keep it funny."
Okay.
Hey,
All right.
Esmeralda.
I'm with
That's she loves Kayla. My daughter Kayla. She's like he just met Kayla, you guys.
I just met Kayla. Kayla's outstanding. The only
check my Instagram for the most recent picture of the two of them.
She's out and how I know it is she's 3. But clearly she knows her numbers because she was sitting next to me and she was circling her 4s.
Yes.
And the fact that she's 3 doing that, great parenting.
Oh,
Great
thank
parenting.
you. Thank you. And we talked about that briefly, just about being in love with parenting and in the ups and downs of it. Like, parenting is not easy.
No.
But when you're intentional about it, intentional parenting and loving your children and making sure that everything you do is for their best interest.
Right.
It just makes parenting that much more fun.
It does. But as you were saying that, you know what I was thinking? Is that so we're here at Epic Conference. You brought your daughter to the conference.
Yes, and my mother.
And not just, because a lot of folks will bring their kids and then they'll say, okay, well, you go run off over there. Mommy and daddy are going to go over here, right? But you brought her into the conference.
Yes.
I think that's very powerful in terms of parenting because our kids will be what they see.
Absolutely. You know what? Here's the thing.
And that's what you were doing.
We flew in yesterday, but I don't like my daughter to have all day with mommy working.
Okay.
Like whether she's there with me or not, I make it a point to take the breaks so that she knows that she's important too. And I do explain to her, this is how we eat. You like eating every day.
Exactly.
You like going to the beach, but you
right?
don't want to live on one, right?
Yeah. No,
So it's something about wanting to eat every day that requires that mommy take this time. But I also want her to feel included. I want her to feel important. So it's, I did have to talk. When you get in here, don't be loud.
Well, she was very polite. She was very polite when she came in. She was
she's
very
a great kid.
She was A+.
And you have 2. You have a 3 and a 6-year-old.
Yes. We can do an arrangement. I have 2 boys, so I have a 3-year-old boy.
So he want to put in a boo application? What's up?
I tell you what, we might be able to work because arranged marriages
last longer.
They have a much higher success rate.
Yes.
Arranged marriages.
Okay, so let's talk about marriage and relationships and a single mom real quick.
Okay.
So real quick, I want to shout out my girl, Miss Jennifer Pink, because she just released it's an online magazine for single moms by single moms. And it's really great. So, hey, Jennifer. And I can say that because we share this space as entrepreneurs. We're sisters, and it works. We're okay with it. So I'm putting a little bit of my business out. Right? After about a year and a half, I just released a photo of me and my boyfriend. I kept it under wraps.
Okay. A year and a half. Okay. I like that, though.
Well, because I just figured, let's invest sometimes. I hate the, this is my boo, and then the dudes ain't nothing. Right. Same week, yeah, the different posts. So Chris has been, he's been a person of interest for a long time.
His name is Chris.
His name is Chris.
Okay.
And
what's his last name?
None you. So Chris and I have been dating a year and a half. Kayla's dad loves him. Okay. Like, he thinks he is just a great guy.
Right.
Like, he's like, y'all ain't breaking up. Which I think is a good thing. I made it a point for them to meet each other. Because Chris literally lives next door to me. Fun fact. Okay. It's hard to date the neighbor. It is. But as a mom who is co-parenting, because I don't think I'm a single mom. I started off as one, but we are co-parenting now. What is your advice, or what are some things that I should be intentional about as far as the family aspect of bringing someone in?
Okay. So one, the fact that you said you waited a year and a half to post a photo of him, I'm assuming that you waited a long period of time to introduce him to your daughter.
Well, he lives next door, so she knew him.
So she knew him.
But
okay.
We were dating seriously for 6 months before she actually knew we were dating seriously. Like, her dad knew we were dating before she actually knew.
Yeah, and that's what I thought, because you're doing it right, and that's the first step.
Okay.
Because where most single parents, whether it be a single mother or single father, I think drop the ball, is introducing men or women that they're dating to their children way too early. Like first date, have your date come over and meet your child. No way. Right, exactly. So the fact that you waited 6 months, you wanted to confirm that it was serious, that's the first step. And the reason why that's so important is because our kids need to see that we have boundaries, that we're setting boundaries, that we have standards. Right. The fact that we have boundaries.
And I have a daughter, so that's super important. So, like, there's no kissing, I can give a hug, there can be a kiss on the cheek, but there's no, like, lip smacking, like, none of that. Because I just really want her to understand that dating is something that you really need to be reserved for, and that you really need to know the person, and then once it leads into marriage, like in Kayla's mind, only married people date. So if she see only married people kiss. So if she see people kissing on TV, she automatically assumes they're married.
They're married.
Yes.
See, so you're setting standards, right? And when you think about standards, she's observing your standards, because standards could easily be said, but standards play out through our actions.
Absolutely.
And she's observing those standards, and the reason why that's so important is because the higher our standards, the higher quality of life we have. Period. That
is a great point. I love that. Hold on, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to look, see what the other comments are.
Okay, there's Ebony. Don't block Ebony. Ebony. She was about to block you.
I was not.
Ebony, there was a little button, and I saw her pause for a second, like, should I block Ebony?
I was like, what is it? Don't break me and Ebony up.
Ebony, I'm trying to tell jokes. But I should be telling a story.
He's telling a life story. So Ebony says, who loves Kayla? You know what? That's because her and Kayla don't get along.
He read the article about successful people do. Good stuff.
See?
Thank you for
That's Andrell Harris.
Andrell.
I like that dress, Andrell.
Thank you for reading that.
Let's see. Hey, Jess. Jess is one of my other students who, when I was teaching, doing my mentoring at Centennial High School in Compton, she was one of my students, and she still keeps in contact. It's been like 5 years.
Nice.
And she makes it just a wonderful thing to be able to reach back and mentor, and I still have to check her every now and then.
Des. But good mentor, right? Great mentor, I'm sure. Great mentor.
Markeith Braden. Hey, Markeith. He's in April's Amplify.
Wow.
Let's
see,
can
I say this real quick, though?
Yes.
See, this shows you, too, true engagement, and this shows you also brand management, audience management. Because notice, every time... Oh, Ebony! See? Ebony, it happened again. Your name popped up. She was about to block you. I saw Ebony. I'm telling
you, Ebony.
Y'all might not be as tight as you think you are, Ebony. I saw it. It was crazy.
I'm done with this dude.
But I will say this: is every time someone pops up,
I'm scared to touch this.
Haters hate. But look, every time someone pops up, guess what? She knows your name. She knows your history. She knows your social security number. But no. She knows, and this is very important. Because you're not just a nameless face right? Or you are someone who she knows. This
Yes.
is pretty cool. Like I've never seen someone be able to say, "Oh yeah, this is my girl from this, and this is my mentee, and this is everybody who pops up. You know who they are."
Well, let's see. Latara, I think Latara, April talked about earlier about the first program that I was in. The first program she did,
Yes,
and I was in.
okay.
I think Latara was in that. I'm almost positive Latara was in Passion Academy with us.
Okay,
I'm
nice.
gonna move up. Let's see. Hey, Vicky, thank you for joining.
Ebony's saying
see.
something. She's talking about me. That's only
That's
because
only-
arranged divorces don't exist. See, she got jokes. Ebony got jokes.
Let's see. Who else is on? Kimberly, I see you. Stan, this is my Uncle Stan. Can you say a shout out to Uncle Stan?
Uncle Stan.
Uncle Stan.
Uncle Stan.
Stephanie,
Could
C.
you tell us
Price.
a story
No.
about this young when she was little? Something embarrassing, Uncle Stan.
I can give you an embarrassing story that he probably wants to tell. So I had a brush with cancer,
Okay.
and I didn't make it public until after it was over. So I went to the doctor. I had it was stage 3 CIN, and for those who don't know what that means, I guess I could do a little demonstration. So you have a uterus. They cut this part off, and they cut half of the second layer, and then they scrape this third layer, right? So there was cancer on this layer, and then none here, and then definitely none here. So we got it all. So once they got it all, I posted, thank you. I posted that, you know, what I had been going through, and it was a serious struggle. So Uncle Stan sees me Christmas Eve.
Okay.
Uncle Stan sees me, and Chris is there. My boyfriend is there, and Uncle Stan says, "I can't believe you did that." And then he like throws me on the couch and spanks me.
Bare butt spank or
No.
Okay, all right. I was just I
That
didn't know.
ended in gunplay. Like, but I was 37. Like before that, you know, I had a
Uncle Stan,
situation
you
with
can't
my
spank.
mom
You
at,
can't
like,
spank
30,
a 37-year-old. Actually,
Apparently
no.
he did. Like, he did it twice.
Actually, he's your uncle. He could do that. He
Don't
could
do it
that.
again. Look, hey, Tiffany Hill. I see you watching. Alicia, my sister-in-law, Alicia is watching. Thank you. Please tell Freddie that I'm here with Paul Brunson. Let him know. He will be a little jealous.
Everybody.
Let's see. Stan
She
says,
said,
hello,
"Hello,
niece. Let's see. Hey, Kiana. Hey, Tiffany. Let's see. Andrea said she shared the article multiple times. She loved it.
Good stuff. Thank you.
Lisa Howard Amos. Hey, Lisa, I haven't seen you in a while.
Everybody
Everyone
needs an Uncle Stan.
Really, Lisa?
Everybody needs
Really?
you know what? We do. Everybody needs somebody to keep you in check. That's what Uncle Stan
Somebody
was
to
doing.
spank you.
Yeah, either.
How old are you?
Well, so here's the thing.
Right.
You don't want to. I mean, Uncle Stan. That's how you do it.
I'm gonna pull you back just a little bit.
If that's how you do it,
Yeah,
but I'm just saying. But everyone needs someone to keep you in check. Keep yourself in check.
I have plenty of those people. So shout out to Janita, Janita Equaler, best friend, Arlene, Mama, Miss Pam. Mom, can you say hi to my mom? She's gonna watch this replay.
I'll tell you what, Mom, great job. I was watching her with her dog. Like, it was great. I mean, it was great. Ashley, hold on. Your mom is upstairs, though, right?
My mother is upstairs.
Oh, well,
she
so
is
we're down.
watching Kayla.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey, Mom.
Let's see. You do the same thing that Uncle Stan does. That's different, Ebony. I was mentoring you. But
What?
I still,
Hold on.
I
Ebony.
still will choke you.
Ebony, did you get spanked?
She didn't get spanked technically. I mean, what do you consider a spanking?
What, you spanking? You spank out here spanking people?
I punched Ebony. That's different. I punched her. It was a chest punch though. Like it didn't hit her face.
Ebony,
I do the 3-finger snap to the like.
tell us what really happened, Ebony, out here. Yep,
Really?
Yep,
Seriously?
Ebony, I trust her.
No, nobody talks to Ebony. Like, stop it. Okay, Sharon Burrell. Hey, Sharon Burrell. Let's see. I miss you out there doing your thing. Hey, you inspired me to write a book. Thank you.
Good deal.
So much. Multiple times. See,
Ebony's
exaggerating. She
I don't
feels
think
like. Multiple times I feel like. So you got to read the whole sentence.
Yeah, but she's Ebony's sharp though, right? So
She drinks a lot.
Yeah. Ebony, see, this is what I'm talking about. It is not me. Like, she was going to kick you off of this thing. Now she's saying you drink a lot. Now she's saying she spanks you in public and she punches you.
I didn't say I spanked. I punched her, but that was a love tap, really. Hey, Sharon Burrell. Thank you so much for joining. When I get back,
Burrell.
we have a date. Okay, so real quick, you and April were talking about you spoke to her and in a coaching, right? Because this is why I coach with April, so pay attention. In one phone call, you hung up and you made how much money?
$164,000.
In how much time?
It was about 7 days.
In about 7 days. 1 week, $164,000
Yes.
because you did what she said.
Yeah, because we were it was interesting. We were talking because I was giving her some suggestions on live video.
Okay.
And she was like, "Oh, hold on for a second. Let's talk about you," right? And then
that's what she does.
Yeah, she just flips it on you real quick. And so I was like, "Okay, go ahead, do you. What do you have to say?" And she said, "Look, what are you doing to monetize your audience?" And then she said, "You need to create a product. You need to create some type of course." And I said, "I don't know if I want to create a course." Long story short, in that call, she had really convinced me to create a course. So within the next week, I actually created a course and then sold the course, and that's what generated the money.
$164,000. If your coach doesn't have a coach, if you are not being coached and you're an entrepreneur, you're not doing it right. If they don't have a coach, they're not doing it right. Everyone needs a coach. You need someone to help you to your next level. So a coach by any other name, mentor, guru, teacher, whatever, is still a coach. How do you feel about, so we know how you feel about entrepreneur and being a coach in that. How do you feel about personal development coaching?
Everyone needs it.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, and we were talking about the importance of reading, is that I think a lot of people get their professional development, personal development out of reading.
Yes.
But you need to continually be wanting or striving to be better. Steve Jobs is talking about stay hungry, stay foolish. Really what he's saying in terms of staying hungry is you can't be complacent.
Absolutely.
And if you're not complacent, the only way to not be complacent is to surround yourself with people who can help to push you right out of that lane of comfort. So yeah, I mean, at the end, in entrepreneurship, it's kind of like you are in this constant, you're in a race, for example. And if you want to be the fastest racer, if you want to run the longest distance, then you need coach or you need training.
Absolutely.
Entrepreneurship is the same way. If you want to be successful in entrepreneurship for a long period of time, then you need to have coaches, you need to have trainers.
Absolutely. You heard it from Paul Brunson himself. I am Kiana Shaw. We're going to end this. Wait. What's your wife's name?
Jill.
Hi, Miss Jill.
Jill Van Austin Brunson.
Jill Van Austin. He done gave her government name. Yes. Like, don't be sending her no friend requests. Okay. And what are the boys' names?
Kingston is the oldest. He's 6, and Liam is the youngest. He's 3.
Yes, Kingston and Liam. Yeah, he is on point. He has coached with Oprah, not coached. He worked for Oprah, and who's the second guy? The second billionaire.
For Enver Ugel. I worked for Enver Ugel for about 5 years, and it was incredible because he wasn't a billionaire when I started working for him, and I worked directly for him. So over the time, he went from being worth like a couple $100 million to $1 billion plus.
Okay.
So
when you say you worked for him, like now we're extending the line, but we have to get back in session before we get in trouble. What did you do for them?
I managed his U.S. investments. So my background is I was an investment banker, went to business school, so finance is my background. So I managed all of his U.S. investments. So we bought small companies here, but very, very small companies.
And that's why you transitioned from the relationship arena back into business arena.
Exactly, because this is what I've been doing before.
So how did you get branded as the relationship matchmaker coach or matchmaker guy?
Because I launched a matchmaking agency, and because Oprah put me on TV as a matchmaker. So once Oprah tells you are that,
that's who you are.
If she says you're a frog, then you're a frog. Like whatever she says you are.
Get on all four and do your ribbons.
Yeah, but that was really so. In 2010, I coached a show called Love Town, and it was the first show that she co-hosted on her network. That was my kind of introduction to the public.
Okay.
But before that, I had already been working for 6 years in finance, so in micro business and in investment banking, and so I think that's why this is natural for me. Is that I have, even before that, I had raised money, I had sold a business before that, so to know me fully my chapter is not just the Oprah chapter, but because Oprah said, "Hey, he's a matchmaker. He's a great matchmaker." Then you own that. You
own that, and you monetize it as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Okay, so go check out my photo of Paul and Kayla, because only Kayla can get Paul to make a funny face. Yeah. Can I get you to make a funny face?
Oh yeah.
With me? I mean, we can screenshot it later.
Okay. Right now?
Yeah. Let's look. Let's take the words off because we're gonna screenshot it.
Okay.
So
Ready?
As if we're taking a real picture. So, ready? Okay, so now I can tell Kayla she's not the only one that can get him to do that. I am Kiana Shaw, CEO of Leadership Academy and the creator and author of I Choose to Be a Lady and the I Choose to Be a Lady movement. And I am signing off to go back inside so that we don't get in trouble. At least me. He probably won't. But whatever. Tune in tomorrow because I'm sure someone will be streaming me speaking from the stage. I will be speaking on leadership and the importance of personal development and leadership. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you, Paul, for joining.
Thank you. And also, Ebony, check your girl. I'm telling you, she was going to boot you off this.
I'm a blocker now just because.
Hey, see ya.
See you guys. Thank you so much for joining us.